Honestly, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I just wish the best for everybody.
That is such a PR response to this situation. It was definitely rehearsed. He knew exactly what to say right there. Hey everybody, my name's Anthony Resinello. I'm a social and relationship coach living in Los Angeles, and today I'm gonna focus on the Jaden and Nessa situation. Let's get started. Let's go a while back when Jaden was confronting Lil Huddy.
Can y'all tell Chase to come down here? Why? We just want to talk, actually. I'm not going to fight him. He wants to go online and say some stupid-ass lies, so we're just going to talk about the lies down here. Told everybody we were coming.
Wait, are you live?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, Chase wants to go on social media and say some dumbass live shit. So, here I am. You have an opportunity. Let's come down and talk about it like men.
So apparently Jaden was confronting Lil Huddy because Lil Huddy got accused of cheating on Charlie with Nessa and tweeted out all of his friends and all of the other people in the whole TikTok world who cheated on who. And Jaden was named. And Jaden came to confront Lil Huddy. Now, who knows if whatever was true, but basically what's going on right now is Lil Huddy was apparently with Nessa. And now a year later, Jaden left Mads and is now with Nessa, and the whole world is blowing up because of it.
But before he gave me his phone, he deleted a message on his phone because I saw it. And then I got this gut feeling. So I went on his iPad, and then there's voice recordings from him. And then he says, delete those, don't save them. And then at the very end, he told me, I like Nessa. And I literally have screenshots.
This morning?
This morning. I knew she got with Chase. I was laying in the same bed as Chase and Nessa. I look over at Chase, and Chase goes, shh. She's like, your relationship with Jaden's going nowhere. My relationship with Josh is going somewhere. You better take the blame for it. Do it now. I know my ex-boyfriend's car. She's in his car at 7 in the morning. Hopefully this time you'll have another moment, meaning him and Nessa. Hopefully you guys can pursue what you already started. It's gonna make me cry.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on right now. And in this video, what I'm not trying to do is lay out everything that exactly happened. Because first of all, nobody knows exactly what happened except for the people in question. And next, this is not a gossip channel. This channel is here to provide you with advice on how to move forward in your own relationships and how to learn from celebrities or people that you may follow, influencers, whoever, and take from things that maybe they've done positively or negatively so you don't repeat the same mistakes that they have. First off, let's just talk about what Mads just said. She said that she was given Jaden's laptop or iPad or whatever it was because her phone broke or something like that. And Jaden, being Mads' boyfriend, gave her his phone or iPad or whatever device to use so she could text people and keep up with things. When she had that device, she started snooping around on his accounts. When Jaden started realizing that or, you know, catching wind of that, he asked her to, I don't know, delete stuff or whatever. The specifics aren't the point. What the point is should you be snooping around your partner's stuff? I personally believe, as a social and relationship coach, no. Always no. That breaks respect. Now, what if you go, yeah, but I'm so sure, I just know that something fishy's going on. I just know that she's cheating on me. I just know that he's sleeping with somebody else or kissing somebody else. So I should do it just to make sure. And they keep lying about it. They keep saying that it's not true. Does that mean that you should break their privacy? No. What if you ask them to? I think that's a gray area. I think that's a maybe. But for me personally, if you even have the slightest doubt that the person you're with is cheating on you, not being honest, whatever it is, then there's a whole different problem there. Trust between two people in a relationship is paramount. It's the most important thing. So if you don't have trust in your partner, maybe because of a past relationship, that's something that you need to communicate clearly with the person you're with at the beginning and throughout, so they know that. I personally believe the most that you can and should do in a relationship, if you truly have doubts about your partner, is to sit down with them and say, hey, I just have a feeling about something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just getting a sense of something going on with you and somebody else possibly. And please, please, if anything is going on, let me know. I'm not gonna be angry. I'm not gonna judge you. But for my own health, because I have trust issues, you don't even have to say because I have trust issues, but for my own health and for our well-being, it's very important for me to know that. The most important thing when you're discussing something like this with your partner is to come at them with zero judgment at all, zero emotion. Now, I know that's hard, so I'm not saying that everybody has to be perfect, but try to show them that you are not going to negatively judge them if something is going on. This enables that person to feel more open at expressing themselves, at expressing the truth to you. Quite often, the biggest reason why somebody hides something from somebody is because they fear negative judgment. The next thing they fear is consequences. So, are you going to retaliate? Are you going to attack them back? That's the next thing that they fear. Now, of course, this is not some magic trick to make somebody say the truth to you. If somebody truly does not want to tell you the truth, they will hold strong and they won't do it. But ultimately, I believe it is not my job to be a detective about how loyal my partner is. That is just respect for the other person, which I expect from them towards me as well. Sometimes our gut feeling really is telling us what we need to know, and you don't need to have proof in order to break away and just say something is not right. Because if you're in a relationship and you're constantly feeling that something is not right, that means something probably is not right. And that doesn't mean that the person is probably cheating, but that means that there's something in the dynamic between you two that isn't quite there. And if that distrust is consistently inside of you that you're holding for your partner, then I believe it's probably just not a great match and it's better to move on. Now, obviously that could be something hard to do, but I just want to tell you, there are a lot of great people out there. People who won't make you constantly feel this sneaking feeling of disloyalty.
Hey, what's up, Jaden? Is it a new couple alert? What's up, guys? How you doing, Nessa? You looking great? How was dinner?
Nice dinner, guys.
Come on, guys.
Guys, this is so shocking to see y'all as a new couple. How long have you guys been official now?
I don't know anything about that, but we're just trying to enjoy ourselves, you know what I mean? We're
That's so
trying
good.
really trying to be happy.
So how are you? Hi, Nessa.
I'm great.
Did you guys experience chemistry together when you were working on your music?
Honestly, we feel like we handle this whole thing like respectfully and privately, and then some people like to go online, you know, and honestly, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I just wish the best for everybody.
That is such a PR response to this situation. It was definitely rehearsed. He knew exactly what to say right there. Listen, if I was 18, 19, 20 years old and I was in this situation, I wouldn't know how to respond like that. Somebody would have had to train me, to tell me. Now, does that mean that this is a planned fake relationship? No, I don't think so. Does this mean that managers could be encouraging the two to be together? Possibly. But does that mean that they already weren't feeling feelings for each other? No. It's completely natural for two friends that have known each other for a while that also have been kept away by two different relationships and now are working intimately together in a creative space to feel feelings for each other, especially at this age, especially two attractive people like Jaden and Nessa.
If anything, it's no one's fault except mine. And like, so y'all are right. Like, at the end of the day, obviously, like, I'm the one that ended up hurting a bunch of different people because of my actions. So for that, I'm sorry. I know I didn't really get to explain everything, and it's probably because I came on here thinking I was going to just go through everything and tell y'all each little detail. But that's exactly what I'm not about. Like, that's exactly the whole reason I didn't want this to happen in the first place. So I couldn't do that. Like, I'm sorry. And for everyone asking me, like, how could you do that? You don't know. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know, and that's why it's not a social media thing, bro. So
I'm not here to put blame on anybody, but right here, Jaden clearly is saying there's so much involved in this dynamic. Listen, a bunch of attractive young people thrown in a house together to make best friends and date each other. It's the relationships are gonna get complicated.
I am really happy. I am happy, even throughout all this shit. You know? And it's hard. Like, I'm sorry, it's hard. Like,
if this was some random fling, then I don't think Jaden and Nessa would go through this. You know, they would probably end it right there amid all of the publicity and paparazzi following them around. All of their friends getting pissed off with them, because literally all of their friends are pissed off at them about this. So if it wasn't real, if it wasn't really worth it, then I don't think that they would go through with it like this. They wouldn't publicly go out to dinner knowing how vulnerable of a situation that is for their relationship, for their dynamic.
we did not do anything. Well, me and Maz were together. We still have, like, that's none of y'all's business, but, like, that's not what this is about. Nobody cheated. Like, that's why this is such a fucked up situation, because it's not even the thing that, like, people think, bro. Like,
Even though Jaden and Nessa built feelings for each other while they were in their own respective earlier relationships, he made it clear that there was no cheating going on after those relationships ended. Now, that is an important thing to mention. However, a lot of people think that that doesn't even matter. Basically, all of these people are best friends. And so for them to basically swap partners, which is basically what happened, that's a big thing to a lot of people. But we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
what's up, guys? I'm Jaden.
And I'm Nessa.
And we are going to be interviewing each other as super fans
Whoa.
to find out more about one another.
Now, by the way, this was about a month before all of this went down.
What do you think I do better than any other artists out there?
This is a hard question.
I can think of 80. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think that you're very original and you write dope lyrics. Very
you.
creative.
Original, and I write dope lyrics.
If you were to compare me to a music legend, living or dead, who would it be and why?
I hear a lot of Billie Eilish. I think she has a lot of, like, intensity in her voice, but it's still, like, quiet. And I think you do that. That's hard. You, like, whisper when you sing,
Yeah,
which is dope.
it's really kind of weird.
Can anybody agree with me on this? When I reacted to Josh and Nessa, it seemed like Nessa was just a little more held back, a little more shy. Now, I don't know if that's because it was just a very early video or if that's how she usually is with Joshua, but what I'm seeing with Nessa and Jaden right here is Nessa looks a lot more in her element. She looks a lot more confident in herself. That doesn't mean she needs to talk a lot. That doesn't mean that she needs to be leading the conversation. It just looks like she's a lot more comfortable. It looks like she is who she is in this video right here. But if I'm off on that, let me know in the comments, but that's what I'm feeling.
I still see your shadows in my room.
Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you. What song would we sing if we were taking a walk? Like, if we ever did that.
Like if we ever walked.
I got one. You got one? Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh.
I didn't have one there, but let's just say we
That
had
was, no, you
psychic.
finish
and
each
the
other's.
sentences, sandwiches.
No one watched Tangled?
It just seems like these two relate because they're both creatives. So when they're together, they're allowed to let out that weirder, more introspective, more creative side. You could connect with so many people on so many different levels, but when you connect with somebody on something that you're super passionate about, it's just a different thing. It just feels different, that chemistry. And that's what I'm getting the vibe of. They're not having some deep conversation here that I'm really able to break down. I wish I could see that, but just the vibe. They seem comfortable in their skin here.
Yeah, so obviously I had to like talk with Ness and everything because that shit was like crazy. But pretty much, yes, me and Ness are broken up. We are not together. Do I think they like hooked up at all? 0%.
Zero.
Yeah, 0%.
So that's a great spot to be. So then you and Ness broken up, but friends.
Yeah.
And you and Jaden still close as ever.
Yeah, we were watching March Madness together and shit. So
do you think that there's a future with you and Ness, or do you think it's kind of in the past?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Well,
I think like me and Ness are pretty much 100% for sure never gonna be together again. But like, we're definitely friends. Like I would never not be there for her if she called me. I would never not like. I would. Yeah. I still reach out to her. Like I've reached out to her like one time or twice and just been like, "How are you? How's everything going? Like, congrats on the Kimmel stuff." I wouldn't ever want us to lose our friendship.
So Josh seems to be handling this maturely. Not to say that I know the whole story. You know, there's rumors about Josh as well, but that's not what we're getting at here. Let's talk about Jaden and Nessa and if what they did was a horrible thing, a good thing. To me, it really adds up to what is most important to you, right? Is your friendship more important? Is this potential relationship more important? Are they equal? Also, how do you want to go about this? Perhaps if you're getting feelings for somebody that your best friend used to date recently, maybe instead of secretly starting something with her or him, maybe approach your best friend and let them know how you're feeling about this person. Let them know that this doesn't mean that you need to ask their permission, because you don't need their permission. But at the very least, let them know why you feel this way, what you plan to do. And hey, that might ruin the friendship. It might not. But I think communicating is the biggest asset in keeping the structure, keeping the peace in a complicated friend network like they have here. I can't say that I haven't been a Jaden before too, because I have. Do I regret it? I personally would say that I do. You know, early in my life, over 10 years ago, when I feel excitement for somebody, that may seem a lot stronger than it really should feel, just because it's new, it's something that I haven't experienced before, and I'm not aware of the reasons of why I'm feeling it. Oh, well, maybe I'm feeling it also a little bit because it's not supposed to happen. Maybe I'm feeling it because it's the bad thing to do. That doesn't mean that Jaden and Nessa didn't do the right thing, because again, they could end up together forever, and it could be the perfect relationship. Who knows? Years from now, they could all look back at this situation and laugh at it and be happy in the place that they're in now. It's not my place to make that judgment, but it is my place to help you decide what you should do. And again, it all has to do with what's most important to you in your life. But again, if you are a Jaden or a Nessa, I first want to stress that the feelings that you might have may be more exciting because they may be the thing that you're not supposed to do. So it might make you feel that longing even stronger. So I want you to think about it a few years down the road and think, if this doesn't work out, where will I want to be with my relationship, with this friend? Will I regret that I broke this friendship? Or is it not the biggest deal? That's the thing I want you to consider. If you're interested in learning more about dating, I have a course called Textual Healing, which is made to teach you everything about online dating, from how to set up your profile photos, how to message somebody, the first message, what do you say in the first message? How do you get them to move towards a date? And then what do you do on the date? And then how do you build that chemistry with the person to guarantee it goes on to a second, third, fourth date, and even a relationship? You can get it in the link in the description. That is all, everybody. Mwah. Goodbye.